What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have the O'Keefe Foundation. Yes, indeed. How about that? The O'Keefe Foundation making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity-bob, do me a favor. Before you do all those things, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Uzurpon, and Uzurpon wanted to see me react to this song by O'Keefe Foundation. They're putting their spin on the Tool song Sober. Now, have I heard the song before? Full disclosure, yes I have. I'm very familiar with this song. This is the song that I actually discovered Tool with a long time ago. I've even done a reaction to the song, not so much the song, but the live performance that Tool did. So yes, I'm very familiar with the song Sober. Having said that though, I've never heard the O'Keefe Foundation do the song. I've never heard their cover. So, full disclosure, full transparency here, I will not be reacting to the song itself, the original song writing in any way, shape, or form. The original song right now has absolutely nothing to do with this. I will be basing my reaction, my evaluation, and my scoring based completely on what the O'Keefe Foundation does with the song. Do they put their own little spin on it? Do they play the song note for note exactly like the original? I have no idea. The only way we're going to find out is to check it out. This was posted by O'Keefe Music Foundation, okay? And the video has 7.2 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Kids cover Sober by Tool, O'Keefe Music Foundation. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I love the take that they're doing with this. I love that organ intro. What a great idea. I would never have thought to do that. That was outstanding. Very, very nicely done. Great touch. See, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about bands doing covers. And there's two ways that bands can do covers. They could play the song note for note, tone for tone, beat for beat, word for word, exactly like the original, or they could take the song, put their own little spin on it, put their own little flavor on it. I mean, keep it recognizable, obviously. You don't want to take it and mutate it so far that you don't recognize the cover, because then are you really playing homage to it? I don't think so. But you take it in a direction that you make it your own. And I love that. Man, when they kicked in with that organ, I was like, what? That is fantastic. And now they're kicking in with bass, drums, guitar, exactly, more, well, not exactly, but more along the lines of the original song. And I love that approach. I really, really do. Kudos to them.
Shrouding every step I take, making every promise empty, pointing every finger at me, waiting like a stalking meddler, woe upon the finger rests, murdered on the path of my sweet, just because the sun has come. Mother Mary, won't you whisper something of what's past and done? Mother Mary, won't you whisper something of what's past and done? Why can we not be sober? I just want to start this over. Why can't we drink forever? I just want to start this over. I am but a worthless life. I am but an imbecile. I will only complicate you. Trust in me and fall as well. I will find a center in you. I will cheer it up and leave. I will work to elevate you, just enough to bring you down. Mother Mary, won't you whisper
I like this.
something of what's past and done?
I like this different approach to this part. I mean, the drumming in particular, going into that double time feel, keeping it straight against what's happening within the halftime feel of the bass and the guitar. I like that approach. I know it's different than for the original. It does, if I'm being honest here, it does feel a little awkward, but it feels awkward in a good way. It's because here's the thing. It feels awkward, but it's not awkward. It fits. It all lines up perfectly. And I like that. I like the fact they did that, because it really kind of catches your attention. I noticed that the first time they went into the pre-chorus, and I was like, that's a really different take. And I had to listen to it all the way through to make sure that really lined up all the way through. It just didn't line up by coincidence, on the fourth measure and the eighth measure. No, it lines up all the way through. And they're doing it again, which just goes to further prove the point of it's not an accident. They're intentionally doing it like that. And I dig it. I absolutely dig their approach on this. I noticed the change in the lyrics. I noticed that. I'm not usually much for lyrics, but like I said, I am very familiar with the original recording of the song. And I know the original lyric goes, I think it's Jesus blows the effing, I'm not going to say the actual word, but Jesus blows the effing whistle. And they're not doing that here. I get it. They're kids, and they don't want to have a bunch of kids out there swearing. I understand that. I think the approach they took there, substituting the lyrics with a different part of the song, I think it's very smart. I think it's very smart. And kudos to the kids for keeping it clean. I know a lot of people, and I hate to say this, but I know there's a lot of people out there who would take these kids and, for lack of a better word, exploit them by putting that shock value in there of, oh, we're having kids use 4-letter words, and you're having kids dropping F-bombs, and, oh, it's so shocking. It's so cheap. It's so cheap. Keep the attention on where it should be, on the talent, not on the Not on that stupid shock value. Give me a break. I am thrilled to see these kids are not taking those F-bombs. I'm so glad. It's awesome. Good on them. Anyway, let's keep going. I'm digging that drum groove right here.
Fake you, just enough to bring you down.
Kick it in.
Mother Mary, won't you whisper something of what's past and done? Mother Mary, won't you whisper something of what's past and done? Why
Really cool.
we not be sober?
Oh!
I just want to start
That key difference there.
Why can't we drink forever?
I've always wondered how that chorus would sound with harmonies on those specific lines. And I'm thrilled to hear that A, they did it, B, they made it sound great. They made it sound outstanding. Really nice job. Man. I don't know. I don't know if I like this more than the original. I don't know if I would go that far. There's something about the original song that just, that the anger in the vocals just really gets me. I dig that. But I'm gonna say this is a fantastic job, and I would absolutely listen to this again. And we're not even done with the song. We're almost halfway through it, and I'm already digging it. I'm already fully vested in this. I absolutely am. I love that chordal change that they took and the chordal progression difference that they're having in the chorus here. Back up a little bit. I want to hear that. If I'm not mistaken, the original song, it goes from root to flat 2 back to root. If I'm not mistaken, that's how the original song goes, the Tool version goes in that chorus. Their approach from the root up to the minor third, down to the 7, down to the 4, and then transition minor third back to the root again. That's great. I mean, again, it's just them taking the song, putting their own little spin on it, but not going so far out of left field to make it sound like a completely different song. You know what I mean? They are still paying homage. They are still playing sober. It still sounds similar to the original. Not exact, but similar. And I love that. This is how I wish more covers were done. I love their approach. I really do.
I just want to start this over.
Back to the organ.
I am but a worthless liar. I am but an imbecile. I will only complicate you. Trust in me and fall as well. I will find a center in you. I will cheer when I believe. Trust
They're adding all these little open-ended jams. I don't know if I would call it open-ended. I mean, it's clearly defined, but they're adding all these little jam sessions into it, which is fantastic. All these little riffs, these little vamps in there, and it's great. I'm digging it. Again, just going to further my point, putting their spin on it, putting their own flavor on it, and I love it. I love it. And then not only that, but they're showing off some of their ability as well. Now, is what they're doing really all that complex? No, it's not complex. It's a very simple riff, and they're just vamping on that riff. But it's still cool to see how they would incorporate it into the song, and therefore putting their own feel on it and putting their own little flavor on it, putting their own little spin on it. And I dig it. I absolutely dig it. Very, very creative, and I can absolutely appreciate that. Ooh. 16 notes. Nicely done. Nicely done. Credits. A minute and credits. I don't know. There's nothing to react to in the credits. It's credits. Should I let them roll? I mean, I don't normally let credits roll. It's not usually that big of a deal, but I'll let it roll. Why not? Why not? It's for the kids. Sure, why not? Video to film the music video. Pretty good venue. Man. Really nice job. Really nice job. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was O'Keefe Foundation with their rendition of the Tool song Sober. This was a request from, what was the name? Yeah, Uzurpon. I think is how you pronounce that, or Uzurpon. Yeah, I think, yeah, Uzurpon, Uzurpon. We'll go with that. Wow. This was an experience. It really was, in a lot of different ways. Now, here's the thing, and I know people are going to be screaming bloody murder when I give this score, because they're going to be like, it deserves a 10. No, it doesn't. Nothing deserves a 10. Okay? Not from a purely musical standpoint, not from a purely artistic standpoint, because for those of you that know me or know anything about the channel, you guys know I don't believe in perfection. There's always that next level you can reach. So, the only reason I give 10s is for humanitarian reasons. So, no, it's not going to get a 10. But I know people are still going to probably be a little upset with this because, and their argument is as valid as the argument might be in their heads. I'm going to disagree because I don't feel the argument is valid in this situation. I'll explain what I mean by that in a second. Let me give the score first, and then y'all can get upset with me, okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.7. Yep, 8.7. I feel great about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, let's quell all the voices who are screaming bloody murder and calling for my head to be put on a spike right now. Okay. I know the argument is this. I know what people are going to say. They're kids.
That's the truth.
You're right. They are kids. You're absolutely right. They are kids. They are students, okay? Absolutely. Having said that, if I were to hold them to any standard lower than I would hold Tool, for example, would I be doing them a favor or would I be doing them a disservice? I feel personally, because these kids are so talented and they sounded so good, I feel like if I were to hold them to anything less than the same standard that I would hold any other musician, any other professional musician, I personally feel like I would be doing these kids a disservice. I feel like I would be, to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I would be disrespecting them. I'm going to hold them to the exact same standards as I would hold The Warning, or I would hold Liliac, or I would hold, Tool, you know, or I would hold Metallica, or I would hold, Nightwish, or I would hold any other band out there. I mean, I'm sorry, but I really feel like if they're going to put themselves out there in the spotlight, they're going to put themselves on YouTube and promote themselves as these accomplished musicians, okay, fine. I got no problem with that. But I'm going to hold them to the same standard. I'm going to hold them to the exact same standard that I would hold any other band. And listen, an 8.7 being held up to that standard, that's outstanding. That's fantastic. That is a great job. Now, how did I come to that 8.7? Putting aside the fact that they're kids, putting aside the fact that they're students even, okay? Let's just talk about what they did at face value, putting all those other factors aside. That's exactly how I came to this score of 8.7. First of all, the musicianship. Great job. I mean, seriously, great job. Bass, guitar, drums, great musicianship from all of them, okay? Did I hear anything mind-blowing? No, I didn't hear anything mind-blowing. But what they did a great job with. They did a great job indeed. Song selection. That is part of the issue. Sober. It's a really good song, okay, if I'm being honest here. Would I say it's one of Tool's best songs? I would not say that. I would say it's one of their more popular songs. It's one of the songs that's definitely more recognizable from Tool. It's one of the songs that kind of put Tool on the map. It was, if I'm not mistaken, it was their breakthrough song. This is the song that, you know, put them on the map. So, is it their most complex song? No. Is it their most impressive song? No, it's not. Sober is actually one of the easiest Tool songs there is, believe it or not. Now, if they had come out and they had done Lateralus, we might be having a much different conversation. If they played, like if they were to play Lateralus the way that they played this song, we'd be up in the nines. I guarantee you we'd be up in the nines. I don't know where in the nines we would be. My guess is we would be somewhere in the low to mid nines, somewhere like probably like a 9.1 to 9.4, somewhere in there, more than likely. I don't know. Then again, they might exceed expectations and they might even do a better job than Tool did. It's very possible, okay? We might even go higher. Then again, we might go lower. I wouldn't know unless I heard it, okay? But there is something to be said about song selection and complexity of said song selection. Sober is one of the easiest songs that Tool has ever written. Okay, let's call a spade a spade. It's definitely one of the easiest songs off the album Undertow, and Undertow is widely regarded as one of the most radio-friendly and easiest albums that Tool ever wrote. So there's that. So am I going to expect to have my mind blown by a group covering Sober? Not really. You know, not mind blown. The fact that they chose that song, it just shows that they like the song, and they wanted to pick a song that's easier to listen to and is more widely known. Okay, great. I fully accept that. I fully acknowledge that, and I got no issue with it whatsoever. All I'm saying is it's not going to be impressive. It's just not. Now, what they did with the song, that was impressive. I gotta say, the interpretation that they came up with, I think, to be honest with you, I think the interpretation that they came up with was far more impressive than how they played it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't so much what they were playing or how they played it, it's what they chose to play. So, for example, using the organ at the beginning, what a great idea. What a fantastic idea. And the thing is, not only did they come up with the idea, but they applied the idea and they made it work. They really made it work. It sounded great. I loved that. The drumming on the pre-chorus, I believe. No, yeah, is it the pre-chorus? Yeah, the drumming on the pre-chorus, the drumming pattern that the drummer came up with, switching into that double time feel against their straight time. What a great idea. What a great idea. I'll bet you anything, Danny Carey would probably listen to that and go, huh, why didn't I think of that? I mean, what Danny Carey did on the original recording was just fine, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and knock Danny Carey, but I'll bet you even he would listen to that and go, that's really cool. That's a great idea. You know, I'll bet you he would. The harmonies on the chorus, on that second chorus, I wish they had done it on the last chorus, I really do. But the harmonies on the second chorus, what a nice addition. I've always, when I first heard this song, I loved it. I thought it was a great song. And after listening to it a few times, I remember thinking to myself, I wonder how harmonies would sound on this chorus. I wonder how they would go. I wonder if they would even work. And then here come these kids, and they do exactly what I've been wondering for literally decades. How would that sound? How would it sound putting harmonies on the chorus? Well, we found out. Sounds pretty darn good. And here's the thing. As much as I would have loved to have heard those harmonies on the third chorus, on the final chorus, as much as I would have loved to have heard that, can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm actually glad they didn't, because they made that second chorus stand out so much more because they kept the harmonies only on that second chorus, exclusive to that chorus, making that second chorus more effective. And I gotta say, as much as I would have loved to have heard it more of those harmonies, I'm glad they didn't do it. It definitely added to the mystique and made it more special. The talent level of these kids is, it's really good, man. I gotta tell you, I mean, these kids can play, obviously. And they're students, I know they're only gonna get better. And I hope they continue in their pursuit of music. I hope they continue to study and improve upon their craft. Because who knows? The sky is the limit, man. Listen, when it comes to your talent and it comes to your ability to play music, you're really only limited by the limitations that you place upon yourself. So I really hope that they all continue to play. I hope they all continue to study. I hope they all continue to improve and grow. And who knows? Maybe we'll see them playing in Madison Square Garden one day. You just don't know, man. You don't know. But that's how I'm coming up to the score of 8.7. It's not so much their technical ability. It's not for the song selection. I'm really basing that 8.7 more than anything on their creativity. That's what really kind of boosted this up. The fact that they took the song that is very well known and they put their own spin on it, not so far out of left field that it doesn't sound recognizable. I mean, I recognized it pretty much from the get-go. but the fact that they were able to put their own spin and put their own flavor on it and make it their own rendition, an original rendition of a cover of, personally, one of my favorite Tool songs. So, you know, I think that they did a fantastic job. I have no problem giving them that 8.7. Like I said, if they were to have done Lateralus like this and play it as well as that, we'd be having a much different score here. But 8.7 I feel is very acceptable. It's a great score for what I think they did a great job taking one of the more simple Tool songs and making it their own. Kudos to them. Great job. 8.7, final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.